Welcome to the Pudgy Show! Yay! With Pudgy Hedgehog! Hi, everybody! Hello, hello! Hi, Lit Goddess! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, it has been... Wait. Is Pudgy broadcasting? Uh-oh, one moment. Pudgy... Okay, there's the audio meter. Okay, yeah, it does show Pudgy's broadcasting and Pudgy's live. Oh boy! Hi, Legatus. How are you? Let's see. Let Pudgy scroll up in the chat. It says bored. Oh, well, bored is good. Well, not to worry. Eventually, things arrive, and then it will appear, and then birds suddenly appear over there, over here. Ah. For some reason, Pudgy's... Oh, wait, where's chat? Chat's not appearing on the screen right now. That's not good. Uh-oh. Well, it's been a long time since Pudgy was broadcasting, you know, over on YouTube. So there's something wrong here. Wait. Okay, there's the stream. Alright, that's working, and that's working. Sorry, everybody. Pudgy's got a little bit of technical difficulties here right now. But yeah, Legatus, you were wondering what Pudgy was going to do story-wise. Well, step one is technical support. Alright, so... In the grand scheme of things, something like this isn't really that important, but, you know, it's something that is, that definitely needs to be done. Legatus, I see Pudgy in his little hobbit house. Yep, that's correct. This is the big meeting, the big broadcast room. Yeah, all of Pudgy's animal friends said, Pudgy, we love your house. We love hanging out in the kitchen, but can we have a place that's maybe a little bit bigger that we can, you know, that we could use too? So everybody help Pudgy construct the new room, you know, off to the side of Pudgy's house, you know, and that way the field mice and the bunnies and, you know, and the chipmunks and the squirrels, and, you know, and all of Pudgy's other woodland friends can come over and play and use it. But as you can see, it's already getting filled up right now, so... Yeah, Pudgy's probably gonna have to, you know, to do some cleaning. Or Pudgy might need to construct a new room, who knows? This might get, you know how everybody has that, you know, in their house, or you know, wherever their home is, there's a closet, and you put all the stuff in the closet, or in a lot of houses, you know, there's that drawer, you know, the drawer of mystery, you know, and it's like, you know, take out food menus and random screwdrivers and twisty ties, and it's like, wow, what else can Pudgy fit in the mystery drawer? Dun dun dun. Alright, let's see. Pudgy needs to go over here, and then go over there, and then log in over here, and log in there, and select this. Okay, and then Pudgy needs to go over here. Okay, and then go over here. Okay, Pudgy needs to do a system test here. Well, okay, that's working. Julian did not subscribe to the channel. That's just a test alert. All right, so that's working. Now, why is the... Pudgy can see all the chat messages. Wait a minute. Maybe that's what's causing it. I did get to the chat settings. Okay, wait. Text settings. No, settings. Okay. No, that's right. Okay, let's see. Position. No. Opacity. Thank you for being patient with Pudgy. What should be happening is that, you know, all of your chat messages should be appearing on the screen. And Pudgy can see... on the technical screen behind the scenes here at the Pudgy Show. So let's see, position, no, settings, show messages permanently. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. And what about this? What happens if Pudgy sets it to that? Select. Right. Save. Okay, do you see where the red box is that just appeared on Pudgy's screen? Okay, that red box is where the chat messages, you know, like every time you chat Legatus, it's supposed to appear on the screen. And when Pudgy checks the system page for the system that's doing this, Pudgy uses something called Stream Elements, and it's showing that there's a Legatus message on the chat box, but there's no Legatus message on the Pudgy Show. Okay, so wait, refresh. Ah, there we go. There we go. Alright. Okay, and then let's do another system test real quick. Alright, that's working. Okay. No, don't worry, guys. This is just Pudgy. No, not that one. Go over here. Go over there. Okay. All right, and then we go back into here, go over there. Okay, set it back to transparent. Save. Why isn't this dumb? So, Pudgy needs to make that chat window opaque in order for the messages to appear. See, this... Pudgy tried to explain this to Mr. Raven one time over on King Dolphin TV, and... it was like, nah, Pudgy, this is just a little bit too complicated. Alright, so we're gonna go over to here. And let's go to there. And select this. And save that. Okay, let's see. Test. Alright, testing. Select. Save. Okay, and then properties. Refresh. Okay. Ah, okay, there we go. Now it's working. Okay. Yeah, there's something that Pudgy needs to do behind the scenes here at the Pudgy Show. Um, a lot of the big time streamers, they'll have like a window to place behind the chat messages. It'll be like a chalkboard or an easel or something. So Pudgy's gonna use the distortion effect right now. Yeah, now it's semi-transparent. Okay, so the chat is semi-transparent. The little box is still transparent. Okay, so let's see. Alright, background color. Alright, text settings. Text shadow, text spacing, Arial. Okay, let's try this, and let's try that, and... Okay, we're gonna save that. And now the chat messages disappeared again. Welcome to technical support with Pudgy. Okay, and then go back to the browser source. Properties, and refresh. Okay. Well, the green sort of works a little bit better, but... Oh, hi, FKHC! Hello, hello! Pudgy's very glad to see you. How are you doing? Yay! Yeah, Legatus is being very patient with Pudgy while Pudgy does technical support. Pudgy's having trouble getting the getting the chat to work properly on the screen. But alright, so let's see. Green's maybe not necessarily that good. Let's set it to white. And let's go... Wait, no. No, yet. Wait, no, yes. Yes, no. Alright, let's set that, and we're gonna save this, and it's gonna make the chat messages disappear again. And then Pudgy has to go back into the browser source. Refresh. Okay. Alright, this looks good for now. Alright. Yeah, no, yes, no, maybe. Make it so. Make it over there. Over here, over there. And Pudgy's broadcasting on YouTube again. Hooray! Pudgy's very glad to see you, FKHC and Legatus. And anyone else out there hanging around in YouTube land. So you may be wondering just exactly why Pudgy's over here on YouTube again. Well, Pudgy really likes broadcasting over on Twitch. Everything's going fine over there. But it's a case of Pudgy thinks it would be a very good idea for Pudgy to diversify a little bit. So, alright, there is a way that Pudgy could use, there's a service, it's called Restream, but then there's also another one that you go through a different place. And basically what happens is that Pudgy does the Pudgy Show, broadcasts to the service, like Restream, and then Restream sends it out to, to multiple platforms at the same time. Okay, so that means technically Pudgy could broadcast to Twitch and YouTube and like 3 other places all at the same time. However, here's the problem. when Pudgy broadcasts out from the Pudgy computer, Pudgy only has a limited amount of bandwidth. Specifically, the thing that Pudgy needs is upload speed. So, while Pudgy's internet connection works good to broadcast up, to a service like YouTube or to stream, or StreamYard, like whenever Pudgy connects into the Mr. Raymond show, that's a service that he uses. Going from the Pudgy computer to one service is perfectly fine. Pudgy has plenty of bandwidth and everything works good. But you need at least 5 megabytes of upload speed per service. So, if Pudgy broadcasts to 2 services, like Twitch and YouTube, it would require 10 megabytes per second upload speed at all times to be able to work properly. If there's ever a problem, or like maybe Pudgy's speed decreases because like the kitty cats down the stream, they start watching cat videos and then they start using the internet too. What would happen is the internet connection would go down for Pudgy, well, down in terms of speed, and then one of the 2 services at random would get the full strength, and the other one would start to get pixelated and start doing funny things all over the screen, and Pudgy's audio would get choppy. So it's basically, one would be good, but the other would be kind of crappy. So, knowing that, and with lots of help from Cobalt, basically we decided that the best way to go is that one day a week, Pudgy's gonna be broadcasting over here on YouTube. Now, right now, the plan is for Pudgy to broadcast on Thursdays. Although, that might change depending on several factors. It depends on Cobalt's schedule, and also, if anyone else is broadcasting. Just Pudgy doesn't want to, broadcast at the same time as Mr. Raymond. That would make him sad, and then he'd show up in the Pudgy show going, "Hey, Pudgy, get off the air!" And, this is my broadcast slot, and then the dolphin appears outside in Pudgy's river, and Sandra's like, "You listen to my husband, mister." Yeah, so Pudgy doesn't want angry dolphins to start appearing in Pudgy's river in front of Pudgy's house. So the plan is that Pudgy just needs to be aware of the things over here on YouTube. All right, so another thing that Pudgy has to bring up. So over on Twitch, the way that service works, there's a little window that pops up on Pudgy's screen whenever Pudgy broadcasts, and it says that it says when a commercial break is coming up. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have that service. It's not built into their broadcasting software. That's what there's a lot of nice things built into the Twitch system that is not necessarily in the YouTube system. Now, YouTube is adding this stuff, but they're adding it very slowly over time. So, if you get a commercial break, everybody, Pudgy's sorry, but Pudgy doesn't have any control over it. Like over on Twitch, Pudgy can push a button to delay the commercials for like 5 minutes. Pudgy can't make them go away completely. Pudgy can slow them down a bit. Okay, let's see. Legata says, "Yay! I see where a channel dual stream to YouTube and Twitch, and the stream would stop, start again due to things annoying when you lose what's being said, done when that happens." Oh yeah, 100%. That's the reason why, when Pudgy broadcasts, it's going to be YouTube only or Twitch only. Pudgy's not going to try to do that, the dual stream system. Now, here's the thing. Cobalt's talking to the squirrels, that run the cell phone tower that does the internet about, options, and maybe if we were to increase, increase the service, it could potentially support that. But see, here's the thing: the other wrinkle to this is that the chat system, basically, you have to have two windows, one for the Twitch chat and one for the YouTube chat. Now, you know, Pudgy would eventually get used to it, but Pudgy's heard that like the chats are delayed between the two services. So where Twitch would be in real time, YouTube might be delayed by like 5 seconds, just because of the dual stream. So yeah, there's lots of little things that we're working on behind the scenes here, but eventually, that's a maybe, but only if Pudgy can maintain a good, robust connection. Let's see, FKHC says, or Raymond will send Snorty and Trike to take care of it. Yep, that's the thing. There'd be an angry puppy dog and a big polar bear that shows up in Pudgy's forest. Although, Pudgy does have a whole bunch of cookies baked up, so Pudgy's good to go. Pudgy can pay him off. Let's see. Legata says, I know you have for gaming streams. You used to stream to Twitch and record it, then download it to YouTube later. I've seen some delay when the channel uses live stream up to 20 seconds. Yeah, that's what Pudgy's talking about. That's a concern that Pudgy needs to address first before Pudgy attempts to do a dual stream. As for the VODs, the video on demands from Twitch, Pudgy was uploading them after they were done, but what was starting to happen is Pudgy was starting to get copyright notices from a variety of places. Now, Pudgy's channel here on YouTube, there wasn't any problems with it, and it wasn't a strike, but it was just a notice that said that, whenever the day comes that Pudgy might be monetized over here on YouTube, Pudgy wouldn't get any ad revenue from that video because of the claim to ownership. It did recommend that Pudgy would delete the stuff, so Pudgy deleted all the gaming content because, well, some of it was already claimed and some of it might be claimed in the future, so the idea is to do gaming streams over here on and also Pudgy tells stories along the way. And the game that Pudgy's playing tonight is a game called Vintage Story. So let's go ahead and flip over to the game screen. Okay, there we go. Yeah, exactly, Ladot, protect your channel. That's the name of the game. Alrighty then. So let's go over here and let's go over there. Username is white and comments are green. Okay. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Why is there no sound? Ah! Loud music! Loud music! Okay. Let's do over here and let's do over there. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's see. Legata says, we've seen YouTube in the past month starting the channel, or striking the channel for something 3 or 4 more years old. FJHC, Pudgy needs to play some old Commodore 64 based games. Well, Pudgy has looked into Steam. They do have some of them. Pudgy also found there's a big Atari collection, but it's kind of expensive right now. But it has all of them, so that is definitely an option. Yeah, on FTHC. Freebird! Pudgy would love to use Freebird, but unfortunately, Leonard Skinner has some really, really good legal knowledge, so they would definitely come after Pudgy for copyright. So, what is Vintage Story? You've probably heard Pudgy talk about it sometimes over on the Mr. Raymond show. Um, and Vintage Story is very much like Minecraft. Whenever we spawn into the world, you're going to see right off the bat, it kind of looks like Minecraft. Originally, this game got started as a Minecraft mod. And what happened was the nice people that made the mod broke Minecraft. The reason why they broke it is they added so much stuff into it that the game couldn't process it anymore. And wait a minute, such things. All right, why is the chat not moving now? Hello, chat. Sorry, another technical delay here. Okay, we're gonna refresh the cache. Use custom frame, refresh browser when scene becomes. Yay, scene. Oh, wait, Pudgy knows what's going on. What? One moment. Pudgy will get back to the story in a moment. Pudgy has to fix something here. Show chat messages permanently. Fade after 90 seconds. All right. Save. Okay, and then properties and refresh. Okay. Hey, see where that's. Yeah, test pass. Hmm. Okay, let's try this. Save. And then we're gonna do that. Okay. Okay, this is dumb. Okay. Save. Okay, wow, that's okay, that's over there. And okay. How, Pudgy would love to show you what Pudgy's doing behind the scenes here. Stream elements, okay, there's a whenever you pull up stream elements, there is a grid. And in the grid, it shows different elements that Pudgy can set up. And Pudgy's starting to realize that maybe Pudgy has this set up wrong where both the alert is on the same thing as the text. Maybe Pudgy needs to hey, wait a minute. All right, that's working, or that's showing now. So let's save. It goes over there. Okay. All right. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. What is the Avengers' most favorite day of the week? Thursday. Dun dun dun. Don't worry, the joke's still worse as the night progresses, everybody. All right, save, and let's do properties, and we're gonna refresh one more time, and then Pudgy's done messing with the chat system. Hey, sweet, now it's working. Okay. All right, there we go. Now it's working. Yay! Okay. So anyway, sorry everybody for the delay. Okay, now we're good to go. All right, so what Pudgy was talking about earlier. Well, wait, guys. I thought everyone's favorite day was payday. Well, yeah, that's true, and plus also that's the name of a candy bar. That's the one with all the peanuts and the caramel. Pudgy likes it. Topald has trouble eating that. He's got a beat now. Pudgy has to take the peanuts apart. Legatus, or any weekday that ends with a Y. Yep. All right, so getting back to what Pudgy was talking about for Vintage Story. Yeah, the nice people, they made a mod for Minecraft, and they put so much stuff into it that they broke the game. So they decided that they were going to make their own game. So they went out, they found found a game engine, they licensed it, and then they started working on Vintage Story. And uh, the easiest way that Pudgy can explain what Vintage Story is versus Minecraft, it's Minecraft with 1,000 times the detail. It is so much more stuff in this game that once you play it, you can never play Minecraft again. That's how detailed this is. Um, There's windmill power. They just added water wheels. There's all sorts of, there's a full-on blacksmithing system. There's an agriculture system. You can raise animals. It's all sorts of crazy stuff. So let's go ahead and get started now. Because this is YouTube, Pudgy is gonna make a brand new world. So this is a brand new start. There's also a reason why Pudgy's doing a brand new world. So as you can see on the screen, the main world that Pudgy's been playing in has 524 hours. You can definitely tell Pudgy plays Vintage Story a whole lot. It's one of those games, once you get started, it's like, okay, 4 hours disappeared. What happened? It was sunshine whenever Pudgy started, and, it's like nighttime, and then Cobalt's tapping on the window. Pudgy, go to bed! And Pudgy's like, oh, okay. All right, so every time they do a patch, the way that this game works is that some of the features of the patch goes into your existing world, but some of the other features don't go into your existing world. So you actually have to create a brand new world to get those features. That's part of the reason. Well, part of the reason why that this is because it is the game is considered to be early access, but basically it's 100% stable. Now, Pudgy says 100%. Sometimes after a patch, there might be some funny things. So the game's stable, but things don't look properly. Like the one time Pudgy went in and all the ladders were white boxes with red question marks. Because the texture for the ladder wasn't loaded with that patch. They eventually fixed it. It came out like a month later. But to fix it, you just had to destroy the ladder and then rebuild the ladder, and then it reloaded perfectly fine. So, first clue that this game is different is that there's all these modes. So, standard mode, the default survival experience of Vintage Story, balanced exploration, building, and survival. Exploration. For players that don't enjoy combat or significant focus on survival, greater focus on exploration and building, less focus on survival. There are bears in this game. They will chase you. There are polar bears in this game. Pudgy knows. Pudgy's found one before. It wasn't Snort, though. Because Snort would give Pudgy a hug. This other one ate Pudgy. And then Pudgy wound up in a cave. Wilderness survival. For players that enjoy challenging combat and survival mechanics. Oh, so you thought Vintage Story was too easy? That's hardcore nightmare mode. Homo sapiens removes all the lore content and evidence of current and past civilizations. You are the first and only human on the planet. Stronger focus on realistic survival. Alright. This game does have a story. And it has a really good story, which Pudgy will explain as we play. And then the standard creative mode. So, we're gonna pick standard. And we're gonna rename this to... No, not you, Rube. YouTube. Yep, YouTube story. Alright. Customize. Okay. There are all sorts of things you can do in this game to make it harder and easier. Let's see. Legata is first human, so you can pick between Adam or Eve. Yeah, basically, but then you'd be the only human on the entire planet. So, if you pick Adam, you're Adam forever. If you pick Eve, you're Eve forever. And the other one never shows up. Alright, so let's see. Survival. Yeah, we'll pick survival. Alright, infinite lives. Yes, that's correct. Starting climate. Okay. This is a problem that Pudgy found out whenever Pudgy first started. When Pudgy first played this game, the people that make this game, they're located in a country called Austria. Austria is over in the European Union. It's to the south and to the west of Germany. So, all the temperature zones in this game are based on Europe. So, like, Italy is warm. Germany would be considered to be warm. The hot climates, that's like Africa, or like Sicily, those sort of places. So Pudgy picked temperate the first time. That basically spawned Pudgy in Denmark. Right about there. So it was like, summertime for like 30 days, and then went into fall for like 15 days, and then it was like winter. And then plus where Pudgy was had spawned into, basically it was in the southernmost part of Norway, which is like 8 months out of the year is winter. Yeah, so it was a very hard time for Pudgy to broadcast. It was crazy. Yeah, they do use the metric system, and in this game, it's metric. But the good news is that it's starting to sort of make sense to Pudgy. It's strange when that happens. All right, so we're gonna pick a warm climate because Pudgy doesn't want to freeze to death. Because that happened when Pudgy picked. Well, let's see. Let Pudgy get the magic calculator out, everybody. Okay, we're gonna go over to the metric. All right, so Celsius to Fahrenheit. All right, so let's see. 6 degrees Celsius is equal to 42 degrees Fahrenheit. So you know what? We're gonna roll the dice and we're gonna pick temperate. All right, so temperate. That's gonna put Pudgy like around northern Germany, Denmark, and like Estonia. You know, so winter does come. All right, so random respawn. This is just annoying. You can randomize where you appear. Monsters. Pudgy always sets this to 10 days because, well, if you set no timer, at night monsters appear and then you die. You know, you need at least a little bit of time to get set up. All right. Death punishment, that's stupid. Pudgy doesn't like this one. So when you die, which happens a lot in this game, this way you're not running back to go find your stuff. All right, timer for items dropped on death, 10 minutes. That doesn't matter. All right, so next page. This is also a sign of how complicated this game is. All right, so you can turn the seasons on and off. There's 4 seasons with 4 distinct weather conditions. We're going to set the time to normal, so 30 days, 24 hours. True winners enabled, sand and gravel. Wait, black gravity. Okay. Cave-ins disabled. Okay, you can trigger cave-ins in this game. So, like, if you're mining underground, you actually have to brace the ceilings. Most people turn that feature off, including Pudgy. All right. Allow falling blocks, check. Allow fire spread, check. Fire from lightning. This game will let you, you can turn on forest fires and like the entire forest will burn down. We're not going to do that. Uh, hey, that's a new option. Allow underground farming. Oh boy, how would Pudgy do that? What? Yeah, let's turn that on. Prevent liquid source transport by buckets. Okay, who would want that? That doesn't make any sense. All right, we're gonna set the HP. Wait, HP, and we're gonna set that. Oh no, that happens sometimes. We're gonna set the 35. It'll give Pudgy at least a little bit of chance to escape the hungry bear. Normal regen, lung capacity 40 seconds. All right, that's good. Body temperature hardness. This is the point where you can set this number so that you're more resistant to cold weather conditions. Because once you get to 0 degrees, then once you're in the winter time, you can freeze to death. See, walk speed, creature hostility. Okay, aggressive. Creature strength normal. Creature swim speed. Why is that set to 200%? That doesn't make sense. Food spoilage rate. Okay. Once you make the food in this game, you have a set amount of time to eat it before it spoils. Now that's part of the survival mechanic. Right. Tree sapling growth normal. Normal. Pudgy's gonna bump up the tree growing speed, tool durability. Okay, there's a prospecting system in this game where you can see where the minerals are. It's set by default to 6, which is dumb. Definitely set it to 8. Micro block chiseling. Okay, this game has a chiseling system. So what that means is you can make any block that you want. You know, you want to put it in custom cabinets into your kitchen? Go right ahead. You just need a hammer and a chisel and go to town. Pudgy has seen videos where people have spent like 3 hours working on a kitchen. And it's absolutely beautiful when they're done, with like fine compound arches over the doorways and everything. It's amazing. All right, coordinate overlay, world map, yes. Color accurate world map, yes. Clutter obtainable, yes. All right, temporal stability. There is a time mechanic in this game. The monsters come from a different dimension, and whenever you get to a certain set of conditions, the world goes funny. All right, so every 10 to 20 days, normal. Okay, that's good. World generation. Okay, this is the next part that gets things a little bit crazy. When you first start this game, you can set the climate distributions, where basically, winter only occurs in one place. Well, that's not realistic, so we're gonna leave that alone. But the big thing that Pudgy always checks for is land cover. Land cover specifies the amount of land, so with it set to 97.5%, that means there's no oceans. Oh, hi, Nightly Starling. Hello, hello. Pudgy's very glad to see you. Just got home and gotta wash up. Oh, good. Pudgy's glad you're home. Yay. Yeah, as you can see, Pudgy's broadcasting over on YouTube. Hooray! This is not it's not a case where Pudgy's gonna broadcast only to YouTube. It's just, Pudgy is diversifying, so, one day a week is going to be, the Pudgy Show on YouTube, and then the rest of the time is gonna be over on Twitch. Alright, so let's see, land cover, we're gonna set it to... Well, let's see. Alright, the Earth is 70% covered with water, so that would be 30% land. Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll set it to 30% land. Alright, land scale. Wait a minute. Alright, okay. Land cover scale determines how much ocean will be between pieces of land. We're gonna bump that down a little bit. So let's say 300. Yeah, talking about oceans, what timing? Yeah, exactly. Alright, geological activity. High geological activity means hot springs and lava closer to the surface. We're gonna leave that alone. That's the last thing Pudgy needs is to start mining and go... Well, you know what? Let's set it to... Yeah, we'll set it to common. Landform scale. Landforms are the principal mechanic that shape the terrain. They are what determine where lakes, mountain hills, flatlands, cliffs, how common they are, optionally in what climate they can occur. An increased landform scale means the same landform will occupy a larger area. Okay. The width and length of the world is 1 million blocks. That's good. If you ever do find the edge of the world, we can fall off of it. It's 100,000 blocks to get to the polar, so that means Pudgy has 100,000 blocks before it runs into Snore the Poopus, his cousins. Story structures, global temperatures, normal, spawn rate, normal. This is dumb. Surface copper frequency. If you don't change this setting, what happens is that copper, which is critical in this game, like over in Minecraft, copper is like trash. People throw it into lava pits to get rid of it. Over here in Vintage Story, it's 100% critical that you get copper. The only way to progress in the game is to get coppers, so, and then also the other one is tin, because once you have copper and tin, you can make bronze, and bronze unlocks all sorts of stuff. Okay, and then multiplayer doesn't apply because this is going to be a standard. Okay, all right, apply, and create world. It begins, it senses, it remembers all that came before. Taste and smell glimmers in the soil, grand inventions, burning sparks, molded forms, simple tools. A world unbroken, the center unfolding. The carved mountains, the rolling hills, the sheer cliffs, the endless plains, the winter snows. It calls to you, return again. And now, we get to get to the character creation screen. All right, so now we have to try to figure out how Pudgy wants to be in this game. Pudgy can be blue. Pudgy's blue. Dun 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 dun. Snow White, Cloud, Wisteria, Turquoise. Oh, you know what? Okay, then Pudgy can be the very best. Like no hedgehog ever was. Two-piece, leotard, breeches. Okay, so Alright, so Pudgy's a boy. This is another funny part. You can select how the character sounds in the game. Yeah, tuba. Saxophone. His whole world is populated by people from Charlie Brown. Actually, wait a minute. Where's the trombone? Okay, accordions. Oboe. Harmonica. Okay, we'll be saxophone, medium pitch. Hi. Okay. Hair type. Oh, Pudgy can be bald. Bowl cut. In the most recent update, which is the 122 update, they added more hairstyles. Alright, so box braids, corn bed, dreadlocks, dense dreadlocks, ingenious balding, Iroquois. Hey, Pudgy didn't have a mohawk. A side part. Oh, that's a monk haircut. Yeah, Pudgy wants spiky hair. And we'll go with black spiky hair. Alright, so confirm. Okay, and one other thing that makes this game different than Minecraft is that there are classes. So there's Commoner, Hunter, Malefactor, Clockmaker, Blackguard, Tailor. Now, in the other world that Pudgy plays in, Pudgy selected Hunter, and Hunter is really good. It gives you 20% attack range damage, 30% accuracy, 20% distance. You get 10% more from animals, 25% animal harvesting speed, plus 10% walk speed, and it's the only class that lets you use a bow and arrow. So that sounds all really good, doesn't it? Then you look at the red section. Farsighted. Negative 15% melee damage. So if a wolf is attacking you up close, or like a wild boar, because that happens in this game, and you have a club, well, you get a 15% damage reduction. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. How many hunters in other games, it shows them where they got like a tomahawk or a sword. There's no reason why they should be have a damage penalty. And then the other thing is claustrophobic, a negative 15% ore drop rate, negative 10% mining speed. For a game that requires mining, this is not a good thing at all. Pudgy found a big vein of copper ore one time, and Pudgy was watching the video, and the guy said, "Oh, you could get like 20 nuggets of copper out of this block." And then when Pudgy was mining, Pudgy got like 5. Well, the reason why is because the hunter is not good at mining, and the hunter goes crazy underground. So there's a temporal mechanic which Pudgy will show in well, eventually once we get to that part. But basically, you're timed how much time you have underneath the ground. And if you don't spend, or if you spend too long underneath the ground, you start to cross over into the time demon dimension, and then the demons show up, and then it's like, oh, geez. So another time, Pudgy tried the Malefactor. Tenacious survivors who can avoid unwanted attention and find loot that others may have missed. A heavy conscience leads to weakness in combat. So this is like an assassin type. So you get more drops from looting and pillaging. You can see animals further away, but you lose 2.5% on your health. You lose 25% range distance, and you lose 15% melee damage. But it's the only class that can use a sword. So it's like, okay. Now, Clockmaker, Pudgy's never tried before. Clockmakers are masters of precision and systems. They can easily dismantle or repair machinery, but they have no stomach for violence. 25% damage against mechanicals. -1 temporal gear cost to repair translocators. That's important later. Fleet-footed. They walk faster at 10%. And they have exclusive craftable devices to tame locusts, which is a type of monster. But they are -2.5 health points, -25% range distance, and -15% melee damage. This game has a really big mechanical system in it, with gearing and everything. So, this class would make sense for that, but for everything else in the game, like all the survival mechanics, not so much. Blackguard. Fight if you must, kill if you must, don't look away. A hard gaze on life will see you through. Blackguards are fierce soldiers that thrive in close-range skirmish, but a life of conflict has its downsides. They have no talent for delicate work and need more food to maintain their strength. So, 30% melee boost, 15% armor boost, walk penalty for wearing armor is reduced by 25%. They get plus 10% mining speed, plus 5%, plus 5 health points, and they get access to an exclusive short sword and shield. But they eat 30% more, they do 15% less range damage, they lose 10% loot from cracked vessels, -15% from foraging, and negative 20% for crop harvesting. So this is good for PvP, but not pretty much nothing else. Tailor. Making a fitting garb, so we may walk with grace once more. Tailors provide stylish clothes and clothing repairs to stay warm during the winter months. A lifetime spent in the city makes them ill-prepared for some hardships of nature. They have exclusive clothing with a sewing kit. They can repair armor durability, but they lose 10% loot from foraging, lose 2 health points, lose 10% mining speed, lose 10% animal looting, and lose 25% animal harvesting speed. So, we're going to pick commoner because that's the one that it doesn't have any pluses, but it doesn't have any negatives. Alright. So, it spawned Pudgy. Anyway, what the heck was that? Okay. Okay, good. Flint. We're gonna need that. Oh my goodness, Pudgy found borax already? That's a plus. But that's... Actually... Before Pudgy forgets. Okay, borax. The map system in this game is great. Okay, shale rock. Okay. Oh, pine trees. Anything up there? Oh, jeez. Pudgy fell down in a hole. Okay, good. Oh, good, copper. Whenever you find something, it's always a very good idea to put it on the map. Copper. Say. Okay. Copper. 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 And copper. Okay, Pudgy's got 2 sticks. Okay. This game requires you to progress through the ages. So, you start off in the Stone Age. Now, there is a really great system in place for this game. It doesn't matter, if you progress new or old, advanced or unadvanced. The napping system allows you to make stone tools, no matter at what stage of the game you are. So, now we got a knife. Oh, hi, Brandon! Hello, hello! Pudgy's very glad to see you. Pudgy hopes you're having a good day today, or night, whatever the case may be. Hooray! Pudgy knows Brandon over on Twitch. But Brandon goes... Brandon has a slightly different name over on Twitch, but Pudgy knows who you are, Brandon. Yay! Yeah, on tonight's show, we are playing Vintage Story. Oh, alright, so the first things first. We gotta find some food. And some rocks always help. Okay. Wild cranberry bush. Alright, sweet. Okay. Ripe in 30 days, weather permitting, health status struggling, growth status ripening. Okay. They made a change. Let's see. Is that berries? Yeah, berries. They made a change to the way that the berry bushes operate in the latest patch. Cranberry bush. Fresh fruit for about... Okay, good. You got some berries. Oh, geez, what was that? Sounds like a boar. Wild boar get very aggressive, so Pudgy has to be aware of where Pudgy is. Oh, good. Or berries. The map system is great in this game. Oh, and here's another change between Vintage Story and Minecraft. Wait, where is it? Escape? No. Uh-oh. Wait. Okay. Press H to access the handbook. Shift H to open the handbook to look at the current block. So yeah, if you press the H button, there's a built-in handbook. And it goes over all the different systems. And no crafting table required. It's a great... You spend so long in Minecraft, you know, building crafting tables. You get stuck in a hole, and then it's like, no, you're not allowed to. Oh, okay, that's just a that. Oh my goodness, there's a fruit tree over there. What do you wonder what it is? Okay. You know what? Pudgy should do something. Flint blade, arrowhead, axe head, shovel. Yeah, spearhead. Pudgy should make a weapon just to be safe here. Oh, look at that. They changed the shape of the spear. Okay, stick. Alright, good. Alright, now we're in business. Pudgy doesn't have to worry about time monsters, but there's angry boars and wolves and bears and... Okay. Yeah, so Pudgy was explaining earlier about, you know, the nice people behind, Vintage Story. Let's see. Yeah, Pudgy's gonna need some grass, too. Oh no, Pudgy's all out of inventory space. Okay, shale stones? Okay. Pudgy really needs to find some cattails. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by the Pudgy Show tonight. Oh, jeez. Pudgy, here is it. Where is it? Pudgy lost the fruit tree. Or it might not even been a fruit tree. Oh, lupine flowers. That's for making dye. Oh boy. Oh, it definitely spawned us on an island. Okay. Oh, good. There's a lake. Lake is good. Oh, you see how it says low fertility soil? With a farming system, you can plant stuff on it, but it doesn't grow very well. You have to find better soil types. You know, medium is good. Oh, look at this! It spawned Pudgy near a trading post. Okay. Where's the trader symbol? Trader? Okay, there we go. Trader. Wait a minute, where's the door? There's usually a door to get in this place. And there's a banner. Oh, there's the door. Haven't seen you around before, you just wake up? I don't know what you mean. You're kind of been popping up like daisies across the land to know where you're from. To know what you're doing here, none of you seem keen to talk about it. I'm sorry, it's better left unsaid. That's alright, stranger. I didn't expect anything else. That's a change for this patch. They're adding more story into the game. What's your name? It's kind of you to ask, traveler. It's Optal. Got anything to trade, Optal? Okay. Alright, so we can buy a cracked vessel. That's for food storage. Wait a minute. Wait, storage? Storage tools, storage forage. Oh, that's something new. Paintings. Okay. Anything interesting around here? I got something big for you, too dangerous for me, but you might be able to handle it. I can't give away a haul for free, though. Bring a tin bronze pickaxe. Okay. It's gonna be a long time before we get to that stage. Actually, while Pudgy's at this... That's... oh, yeah, knife. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, Pudgy forgot. You can't do anything near the traders. And see, now it works. You might be wondering, Pudgy, why are you gathering so much grass? Well, it's because Pudgy needs to make a bed eventually. This game is called Vintage Story. If you're interested in trying it out, you can go to vintagestory.a as in apple, T as in Tom. The nice people that make this game, they're located in Austria. Okay, that should be enough grass. Yeah, one more. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's make... what? No. Control Shift down. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Oh, shit. You can't use that for making tools? That's not good. Okay, Pudgy needs... shovel... axe... yeah, axe head. Yeah, so get back to what Pudgy was talking about earlier. Yeah, the nice people that make this game, they started off as a mod from Minecraft, and then, you know, when they added, well, too much stuff into the game for the game to handle, they had to proceed to the next phase where they basically made their own game. And when they started to make their own game, they really started to add stuff into it. Okay, that pine tree. Pudgy doesn't want to cut down the pine trees because that is very important later. The pine trees have something called, well, they have resin. And resin is very important for later stage builds. Okay. And that's also another reason why Pudgy loves Vintage Story. You cut down the base block of the tree, the whole tree comes down. It's not like Minecraft where you have to keep, you know, keep working on it. Oh, 10. That's good to know. 10. Save. Okay. Oh geez, it's 4 o'clock already. Okay, we're gonna have to... oh, jeez. This is... alright, do you see how the gear is turning at the bottom of Pudgy's screen? Okay. This game has a temporal stability mechanic. What that means is, you can only spend so much time in a given place before something bad happens. And the something bad is, all of a sudden, the world starts going squiggly, you start phasing into a different world, and then you're surrounded by time demons that all want to eat you. Alright, we're gonna have to do the... okay. Yeah, let's get out of the temporal area. Okay, good. Oh geez, that looks like a cave over there. Yep, it's a cave. A cave with tin. Okay. There's not a lot of lakes around here. And this looks like a good place to start on an emergency shelter. Okay. So we're now using standard Minecraft building techniques here. Okay. Dang it, Pudgy ran out of dirt there. Alright, dink and dink. Escape. Oh, no, H. Crude door. Can Pudgy make a crude door? Pudgy needs 2 wood, 3 sticks, and an axe. Okay, that works. So we go to H for the build. No, wait. Go to E for the building system. One, 2, 3. Okay, crude door. Pudgy knows the house doesn't look good. This game really is pretty. Yeah, purple and pink skies. Okay. Alright, so part of the reason why Pudgy got all this stuff is so that Pudgy would be able to make certain things. So we got a fire starter. Okay, Pudgy can put that there. And oh, welcome back to FKHC. Pudgy's very glad to see you. Okay, so Pudgy needs to make 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, and 3. Alright, that'll make a bed. Okay. Ah, nuts. See, this is what happens whenever Pudgy gets... that's not gonna work. Well, it's gonna have to do. Up it. definitely getting dark out, everybody. Oh. Okay. Well, let's see. What... Oh, well, actually... Oh, nuts. Pudgy used up all the sticks, didn't Pudgy? If Pudgy had a stick, we could make a torch. Okay, so... Okay, so we'll have to do a fire. Okay, so you need to put a... that down. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we got a fire. Of course, every fireman that's watching this game right now, you know, they're gonna say, Pudgy, you've got a campfire next to a bed made out of straw. That is not good. And Pudgy knows it's not good. Oops. Crap. Alright, there we go. Okay, fire starter. All right. So come, listen to Pudgy tell a tale. Wait a minute, why won't it shift? Oh, they changed it. It used to be when you would right-click on the fire, a little window would pop up and it would let you know how many logs were on the fire. It doesn't do that anymore. Okay, well. Anyway, come, let Pudgy tell you a tale of vintage story. Now, to be able to find the story in vintage story, there are many ways to do it. You have to use the panning system, you know, where you stand in water and pan sand or gravel or bony soil, and then you have a chance to randomly drop a book, and in the book it goes over a little bit of the story. Now, there's also story in tapestries, there's stories in paintings. It's a case of that the various fans that play this game, they all got together and they basically scoured everything to be able to figure out what the story is. So this game is set during the 1300s in Europe. And all the kingdoms of this area of the world were prosperous and everything was fine. And then one day, the withering started. So all the crops started to fail, and all the animals started to shrink. You know, they got real skinny, and they wouldn't breed anymore. And the kingdoms were panicking what was going on. They had no idea. You know, they called their religious scholars and their scientists and any learned individuals to try to figure out what was going on. And they were completely stumped. And then one guy, just out of the blue, or reasons unknown, one guy appeared, and he started to really study it and figured out what was not the cause, but basically how to combat it. And the way to combat it was all the kingdoms banded together, and they went underground. So they built huge kingdoms underneath the ground, carved it out of the rock, and moved everyone down underneath the ground to hide away from the withering. And at first, everything worked fine. The withering didn't follow. But then, eventually the withering followed everyone into the underground kingdoms. And the kingdoms started to fail one by one. Now, the guy that was behind it all, behind the investigation, he really started to advance and created robots and automatons and all sorts of very technologically advanced for the 1300s. We're talking like 2100 level technology, but in a 1300 design aesthetic. So the guy that was the scientist, he created a telescope, looked out to try to figure out where the withering was coming from, and that's when he found that the alternate dimension, where the time demons come from. And when he looked over there, they looked back. And then they started to cross over, and they started to inhabit all of his various machinery and everything, and it got really, really bad. So eventually, all the humans disappeared. Either they passed away, or they just straight up disappeared. And then time passed, the world healed, and then little by little, everyone's been coming back. And Pudgy's like, wait a minute, that sounds really familiar. Because that's what's happening in Pudgy's world. But luckily, Pudgy doesn't have to deal with time demons. Okay, well, it's 11 o'clock. Let's go sleepy time. Oh, that's a plus. 9 days left before the monsters appear. Great. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that door is not good. Yeah, we'll stack the firewood there. We'll put a block here. It's so great that they let you stack that stuff now. Because in the beginning part of the game here, you don't have any storage. Now, you can eventually get... Wait. Pudgy needs sleep. No, not yet. Not time for sleep. Pudgy, here's a chicken somewhere. Oh, there's the chicken. Okay, let's see. Oh, good. Pudgy found gravel. Gravel's important eventually. Gravel. Chris, it makes you wonder, how are the bushes growing on gravel? Okay, there's a sheep. Oh, it's a mama And look, it's just, and there goes the babies. Okay, we're gonna leave them alone. Oh boy, there's all sorts of rock. Yeah, it's funny, in the beginning part, you cannot have enough rock. And then later on, once you start mining, then it's like, where am I gonna put all this rock? Okay, let's see. Okay, more stone. The other thing that Pudgy's looking for, Pudgy needs cattails, that way to make some baskets, and also clay, which will allow you, Pudgy to get to the pottery stage. Oh good, berry bushes. It used to be that Pudgy could just pull up the berry bush and then move it somewhere else, but they changed that. It doesn't do it anymore. Alright, so... Alright, berries. Okay. Uh-oh. Looks like it's gonna rain. Oh, there's sand. Oh, look at this! Pudgy found flax! Flax is very important. Not only can you eat it, you can also turn it into rope. Sticks. Oh, mushrooms. If Pudgy doesn't harvest them, what's gonna happen is that, well, the other animals are gonna eat them, so might as well grab them now. Of course, here's the other thing that Pudgy has to be concerned about. Some of the mushrooms are poisonous. And just like whenever Pudgy plays the mountain climbing game, you know, Pete, eventually you start hearing Pink Floyd. And that's not good. I mean, don't get Pudgy wrong. Oh, sweet. Cranberry bush. Berry bush. Good. Yeah, Pudgy likes Pink Floyd. They're a really good band. Oh, good. More flax. Okay. Flax. Can't eat it yet. Okay, parsnips. Okay, there's one part where Pudgy says, Okay, more berry bushes. Yeah, one part where Pudgy says, go ahead and harvest it, burn it up now. That way Pudgy gets the seeds, and then Pudgy's gonna be able to, to start farming. But the problem is that before we get to the farming stage, Pudgy needs to find a whole bunch of other stuff first. Okay, there we go. Yay! Oh boy, more mushrooms. Yeah, whenever you see them, just go ahead and grab them. There's no sense, saving them. It's 11 o'clock. There's that chicken again. It's somewhere out. Well, no, rooster. Oh, wow, beauty berries. What the heck is a beauty berry? That must... Oh, boy. Maple log. What the? The chicken attacked Pudgy. Well, you know what? Get more gravel. Seriously? Pudgy spawned on an island with no cattails? None whatsoever? Pudgy needs cattails to be able to make baskets. Oh, rye? Rye is good. Okay, rye. Save. Oh, good. More berries. Oh, turnips? Sweet. Pudgy's marking all these locations because whenever Pudgy finds... Let's see, low fertility? No. If Pudgy finds medium fertility soil, then we can start farming. But Pudgy could really use some cattails. Okay, let's see. Well... jeez. Cattails grow in water, so we gotta find a lake. Okay. Oh, we just ate those mushrooms, so let's see if... let's see if it... Oh, sweet, Thule. Thule is the name of the plant that used to make thatch with. Thule. Let's see, basket. Okay, pudgy tomato with papyrus. Reed. Okay, nuts. That's... okay, more Thule. There is no Dana, only Thule. Oh boy, look at all the purple flowers. Here we go. Okay, cattails. Okay. Save, and let's go. Not only can you eat the roots of the cattails, you can make rope out of the cattails, you can make baskets out of the cattails. This also might be a sign of where Pudgy should put the base eventually. Yeah, this game looks like it's so nice and calm, everything's fine. Yeah, then eventually the time demons show up and they're like, hey, hi Pudgy, it's time to eat you. Okay. Alright, so H. Alright, so read, and then we need a basket. So, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Alright, so, E. Okay, basket 1. Basket 2. Okay, basket 3. Alright, cool. Doesn't look like there's enough cattails to support another basket, so, but a 3's good enough for right now. Oh, hi, Tio! Hello, hello! Pudgy's very glad to see you. How are you doing today? Thank you very much for stopping by the Pudgy Show. Pudgy's a hedgehog. Pudgy plays games and tells stories and talks to all sorts of nice people and animals. That's right, incoming temporal storm, eventually. Okay, that's a cave. Pudgy started a brand new 1.22.1 world. So this has all the new goodies and updates that they added. Oh, good, horsetail. Wait, no. Wait, map. Horsetail. Okay, there's vines. That's good. Oh wait, it's 3 o'clock. How far away is Pudgy from the house? Okay, more Thole, that's a good sign. Map. And... yeah, Pudgy normally broadcasts over on Twitch. Typically on... well, over on Twitch, Pudgy was broadcasting on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and there's a temporal portal. Pudgy was wondering when we would run across one of them. That's bad. You don't want to go into those. But that's a sign. Even though Pudgy has it set where the monsters don't appear for a while, the portals still show up to make life interesting. Well, okay. We sort of explored, you know, around the coastlines and everything. And in the middle is like the big grassy land area, so... it may make sense to just keep the base here in the middle. That way, you know, Pudgy can access all parts of the island fairly quickly. Oh, geez, well, that's not good. There's a cave. Okay, well... Pudgy's already found some copper, so that's good. Okay, let's see. Shovel. Great. Why did it choose to spawn over here? You know, I couldn't have stayed, you know, far, far away from Pudgy. No, the portal had to appear over here. Yeah, over on Pudgy's original world, Pudgy has access to metal tools. It makes shoveling and building so much quicker, but this is all part of the fun. Okay. Alright, so let's get back into the crafting grid. Oh yeah, Pudgy forgot. They put that over there. Okay. And then... there is a way that you can make cob in this game. Yeah, that's basically grass, mud, and sticks. But Pudgy likes using rammed earth. It works out pretty good, actually. Alright, 6. Okay, let's see. Yeah, little by little, Pudgy's gonna make the house look a little bit more presentable. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Alright. Ding, ding. Alright. Alright, so now Pudgy has... Okay, we got sticks, and we got grass, so that means Pudgy can make some torches. We don't have to worry about... You know, Pudgy was wondering why that roof was so light. Yeah, Pudgy's not gonna have to worry about the fire going out so quick. Because the torches will stay lit for up to 48 hours. Eventually, you can unlock something called a torch holder. And it will let you basically keep the torch... Oh, wait, why did Pudgy do that? Yeah, it lets you keep the torch lit indefinitely. Which is a really nice feature. Okay. Okie dokie. It is so nice to have in this game where you do not need to make crafting tables. Okay. Yeah, you know what? This actually makes a lot of sense, everybody. Pudgy sets up in the middle of the island, and then that way, you know, Pudgy can get to each of the corners, you know, within a day. You know, half a day to get out to here, half a day to get back. There's the thing that makes Pudgy worried is, you know, there's that big cave that's nearby, and also the fact that the time portal appeared nearby. That is really worrying. Yeah, in the beginning part of the game, when you don't have access to, you know, well, wooden logs and planks, you know, all the typical normal trappings of house building. Going with dirt is always a solid option. Okay, let's see. Oh, Pudgy did it again. That fire starter is like, leave me alone, Pudgy. I just want to be over here. Alright. Now, it is possible in this game, everybody, for you to die of starvation. And whenever you go to sleep, you still get hungry over time. So there's a situation where you have to eat before you sleep. Otherwise, you die in your sleep. And that's not good. Okay, 9 o'clock. Eight days left before the monsters appear. Okay. Let's see. Pudgy's gonna need... Well, definitely another knife. Knife. Yeah, in the 122 update, which is a very large, very large update to this game, they included all sorts of new stuff, water wheels, and... Yeah, they updated the berry bush mechanics, which... It's gonna make sense eventually. Right, shovel. Nuts. Okay, well. It didn't stay there. Okay, there's the time portal. Okay, well... Now, bears can climb in this game up to 3 blocks tall. So it's possible if there's a bear, it's gonna get on top of Pudgy's house, but on the plus side, wolves can't go over 3 blocks. Okay. Alright, so Pudgy needs to find some sticks. Yeah, there's a stick. Okay, Pudgy to make another knife. That's good. Another nice feature with this game, everybody. Whenever Pudgy's knife breaks, as long as you have another knife made, it will automatically select. You know, so it'll reload the new knife into the original knife position. Alright, so we're gonna go into the mountain area. Hopefully Pudgy doesn't find... Whoa, Pete! Pete is a fuel source. You can use it as a fire. It's actually how the Irish heat their homes over in Ireland. Okay, another cave. Pudgy still hasn't found a forest floor. You can't grow anything on that. Yeah, Pudgy's looking for medium fertility soil, because once Pudgy finds that, then we can start farming. Which is very important. Oh, there goes a deer. Where's Pudgy going here? Well... Pudgy can make rope out of the vines. Yeah, oak log. Oh, the new sand block textures are great. Another piece of flint. Yeah, Pudgy could use that. Okay, more peat. Is that... No, forest floor. Pudgy got all excited there for a moment. Hey, bunny rabbits! Pudgy knows a couple bunnies over on Twitch. They're both very nice. Okay, there's that, there's that. Well, Pudgy found all sorts of berry bushes. That's a good sign. Yeah, you used to be able to just grab the berry bush, you know, pull it out of the ground, move it over to your base, and then, you know, then replant it, and it would grow fine. No. They changed the way that works with this patch. So now you have to take a cutting and then put it in the medium fertility soil, and then you have to grow it like any other plant, and oh boy, there's another cave. Low fertility, forest floor. Okay, we got a floating landmass. (32 in the morning). Oh wait, what does that say? Medium fertility. Oh, don't do that. Okay, shovel. Okay, and where's the shovel blade? There's a shovel blade. Okay. Okay, medium fertility, medium fertility. Pudgy tried farming using low fertility soil, and it would not grow no matter what Pudgy tried. Now, there is a way that you can make fertilizer in this game, but even with the fertilizer, it didn't work right. Okay, medium, 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 medium. Medium fertility soil. Now, the other crazy part is there's no clay. At least not that Pudgy's found. Oh, jeez, what the heck was that? It's not an animal. Oh wait, maybe the block fell. That might explain it. Oh hey, you know what? Pudgy forgot to do something. Whenever Pudgy set up the system for set up the system for, you know, the chat on the screen, you know, and the system alerts and all that stuff, Pudgy also put in some other commands. So let Pudgy try that real quick. Okay. Oh, wait. There we go. Alright, good. The rules work. Everyone's perfectly fine. Yeah, this is just a system test. Alright, rules, and then... Okay, does that work? Ah, there we go. Yeah, there's a link to Pudgy's Twitch channel if you would like to follow Pudgy over on Twitch. And you know what? Pudgy wants to mess with this again, just slightly. Okay, select. Save. Test. Okay, there we go. That text is still fuzzy. Text stroke. Bold. You know what? Let Pudgy set it to bold. Pudgy. It does look better. Okay. Yeah, Pudgy's got stream elements open on the second window here. Thank you, Legatus. Alright, Alright, Pudgy's got 56 medium fertility soil. That should probably be okay. And let's grab 57, 58, 59. Okay, 60. That should be plenty enough for Pudgy. Whee! Now Pudgy knows where the rest of it is, so we're in business. Okay. Oh, we got some big mountains here. Which we did not want to fall off. Falling off the mountain would be bad. Oh sweet, more cattails. Okay, cattails. Of course, the funny part is, why are the cattails growing over here? Because there's no water over here. Right, 7. But it doesn't matter. This is vintage story logic. Okay. No, not C. 2, 4. Ah, nuts. Pudgy needs 2 more cattails. Yeah, figures. Oh well. Wait, which way's... there's that chicken. Oh, actually, no, that's not a chicken, that's a rooster. Hey, you might say, hey, Pudgy, you just hunt the chicken, and yeah, that's true. Or, if Pudgy's able to find 2 of them, then Pudgy can raise chickens. Okay, that's a deer. Okay, let's see. It could be that because of the monster setting that Pudgy selected, that's the reason why there's no predators. Because the very first world that Pudgy ever spawned into, as soon as Pudgy logged in, a wolf attacked Pudgy. Yeah, Pudgy got eaten within 5 minutes, so it was like... First, Pudgy also made... Oh boy, more cattails. Good. Okay. 9. Right, 10. Because not only can you make hand baskets out of reeds, or, well, out of cattails, you can also make chests. They're not good chests, you know, the wooden ones are better, but... Every little bit of storage helps in this game. Field mushroom. Uh-oh. See how the green bar is starting to shake? Ah, more cattails. And vines? Vines are good. Because once Pudgy has enough vines, Pudgy can make rope. And once you have rope, then Pudgy's gonna be able to make a raft. The raft will be important because then Pudgy can see if there's any other islands nearby. There should be. Okay, we're gonna grab the flax. So we got seeds and grain. 8 of 9. 8 of 9. 4 and 9. Okay, Pudgy's got 5 flax seeds. Okay, 1338. There's no option in this game to switch to standard time. You just have to stick in military time. Oh boy, more cattails. Okay, cattails. Of course, the bad part is, you know, Pudgy needs more than cattails. Food. Food would be good. Part of the reason why Pudgy wanted to create a new world, you know, not just what Pudgy said earlier, you know, where the whenever there's a new patch, you know, you don't get all of the changes in your existing world. Some of it does. But what rumbled? No, don't do that. Okay, good. Death cap. Yeah, that's a sign we gotta skip that one. Okay, more berry bushes, but they're not ready yet. It used to be that whenever you spawned into a new world, all the bushes had berries. Ripe in 26 days. Ripe in 24 days. Ripe in 30 days. Boy, Pudgy picked the wrong path when Pudgy first explored, didn't Pudgy? Okay, driftwood. Okay, let's see. Oh, good. Pudgy's got 62, so that means we can make another basket. Okay. You know how on YouTube, you know, and other places, there's always those videos and people are like, it's so expensive. And then you always have someone in the comments, and they always say, oh, hi, Nightly Starling, welcome back. Yeah, you always have someone in the comment section say, well, if you go and you raised your own livestock, or if you grew your own food, you know, if you had the garden, you wouldn't have to worry about paying the high prices. And you know, and everyone's always says the same thing. It's like, it's gonna cost a lot of money to make the garden. And the food won't be ready for 3 to 9 months. So that's not gonna solve the problem. Okay. Ah, Nightly Starling, I've been on Warframe lately. Yay! Hey, did you see the new trailer for Warframe? That looks really good. The entire time Pudgy's watching that trailer for Warframe, and it was reminding Pudgy of, okay, there was an anime from a long time ago, and it was called Techno Man. Pudgy remembers watching it with Cobalt. It because oh jeez. It's gonna start because Pudgy's hungry now. Okay, well, there's no getting around it because there's no more food left on this island. Okay, so read chest. 3's all across, so E. Think. Think. 1, 2. Okay, good. Pudgy can make 2 chests. There goes that door again. Okay. Well, the good news is that no monsters. Let's see. Nightly Starling says, yeah, I saw. I've been trying to get Rhino and Garuda parts. Good to know that we're getting proto frame for her. Yeah, exactly. Rhino is a really good Warframe. It's a lot of fun to play with because Pudgy has it. Yeah, it's a good solid tank. Okay. Alright, so now... Right, it's 5:33. All the vegetables that Pudgy found along the coast down here, they're not ready yet. See, that's the thing. Whenever you... wait, where'd the time portal go? Where's the... gonna go beat down the boss. Okay. Good luck, Nightly Starling, and thank you again for stopping by. There's nothing. See, this is what happens every time Pudgy selects temperate. There's food, but there's not a lot of it. So this means that it is very important for Pudgy to get things going with the farm. Alright, so we have... Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, let's see. Alright, Pudgy's gotta do some math here to lay out the farm. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Alright, 10 wide at the widest. You know what? Think. Think. Oh, wait, not up. Think. Okay. Because you need to have one block in the middle, and then you do eight around it. So 3, 3, and 1 on each side. Alright, so then we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, I think. Alright, and then think. Oh wait, nuts! Did Pudgy? No, Pudgy didn't mess it up. Okay. Think, and think. 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, Pudgy will keep. Think. Alright, there we go. Alright, so Pudgy's got 12 more. Four, 5, 6. One. 2. All right. Well. The way Vintage Story works is in the beginning, when you don't have any weapons or armor or anything like that, if you die and you come back, you don't get like a penalty. Oh jeez. Pudgy's gotta make a better door there. And to make a better door, we are gonna need to get wattle. So, wattle gate and wattle fence. To make a wattle gate, you need basically a knife and 3 sticks. So we need as many sticks as possible. And also some food if Pudgy can find it. It's also part of the reason why there's all these leafy plants everywhere. Thank you everybody for coming to the Pudgy Show tonight. Pudgy truly appreciates each and every one of you. Yeah, it was kind of scary to get everything set back up for YouTube. Originally, when Pudgy first started, Pudgy started over here on YouTube. But then eventually moved over to Twitch because a lot of very nice people said, "Hey Pudgy, why aren't you broadcasting on Twitch? You know, you can actually get monetized Twitter over on Twitch." But the big thing that Pudgy's run into is that there's a lot of nice people that Pudgy's met over time as Pudgy's been broadcasting. But it's kind of hard to be found over on Twitch. It's sort of easier over here on YouTube. So, every service there's a trade-off. All right, so 1, 2. Okay, good. Now Pudgy can get rid of this gate or this door. Okay, that's better. That's not gonna fall down anymore. And the good news, you can burn the door. Okay, now H. Okay, how does Pudgy make a wattle fence? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sticks and a knife. Do, and do. Okay, let's see. This is low fertility. No, Pudgy just realized Pudgy's gonna need another gate here. Okay, gate. And fence. Because once Pudgy starts growing, then all the bunny rabbits are gonna start showing up. And they're gonna be like, oh boy! Pudgy planted stuff, it's time to eat. And Pudgy's like, do you know how hard it is to be able to grow stuff in this game? Yeah, the crazy part is that every patch that they've done so far reduces the amount of food in the beginning part of the game. Because they say, you know, it makes it more realistic. And Pudgy's like, guys. Oh, sweet copper. If copper's on the surface, that usually means copper is down below. More birch leaves. Pudgy needs to get the fence up, and then can start doing farming. The good news is that Pudgy knows where all the seeds, where all the plants are to get seeds. And then, within 30 to 60 days in the game, Pudgy's gonna have enough food to be able to, well, last at least a couple days. Now, you can make shears in this game. That way you can cut down stuff. And the shears will give you a whole lot more sticks to work with. Now, the only problem is to do that, you need to be able to unlock, well, metallurgy. Okay. Alright. Is that enough? We'll find out in a moment. Okay, fence. Okay, 25. Oh, no, wait. No. Go over here. Over here. So, big question, everybody. You know, possible suggestions for the Pudgy Show over here on YouTube. Would you like... And this is an idea that Pudgy's kicking around. If you look at Pudgy's channel here on YouTube, you're gonna find all sorts of story content, because Pudgy's done on all sorts of adventures over the years. And Pudgy's in the process of adapting all those stories into audiobooks. So, would you like... either... Pudgy plays a game, and in the background, Pudgy turns on the audiobooks, and then, that way you can listen to, like, let's say Hunted, which is Pudgy's very first story, and then we would just proceed on order, or do you like this format where Pudgy's talking about, random stuff, while doing something? Because Vintage Story is not the only, not the only game that Pudgy has. Pudgy's got all sorts of nifty games to play. There's another game that Pudgy has, but hasn't streamed it for a while, because, well, it doesn't really do that good on Twitch. And what it is, it's a game called Mercury Abbey. And Mercury Abbey is a very unique art style. It's about a family of wolves as they go off on a mysterious adventure. It's got a really good storyline to it. There's a whole lot of reading in it, which is perfectly fine, because Pudgy likes to talk. Yeah, games that don't necessarily do that well on Twitch would probably be a good idea to do over here over on YouTube. It's something that Pudgy has to think about. Yeah, Pudgy's definitely gotta put the pondering hat on. Okay, ding-da-ding, ding-da-ding, ding-da-ding. Hello, fertility. Okay, you know what? 12, and then patch soil. Yeah, there's all sorts of nifty things that Pudgy can do here. Okay, let's see. Oh boy, yeah, see what Pudgy's talking about? This game is really good because Pudgy did not even realize it. We're almost at 3 hours. Okay. Let's get that. And let's get this. You know, Pudgy's gonna need to make another gate here. Yeah, gate. Okay. Yeah, this is a good place to stop. So, yeah, as you can see, Pudgy needs to desperately find another source of food on this place, because it's not gonna be good, if it's this hard right off the bat. And you saw all the settings that Pudgy changed there, so yeah. But this is how this game is in the beginning. It's beautiful, it's fun, you get to explore, and then that's when things smack you right in the face. It's like, what do you mean there's only enough food for one day? Alright, so we're gonna save the game. Yep, vintagestory. Yay! Alright, everybody, let Pudgy go ahead and... Pudgy's gonna quit the game. Okay, we're gonna go back over to the Pudgy house. Yay! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Pudgy Show tonight. Like Pudgy said, Pudgy truly appreciates each and every one of you. Alright, next on the official Pudgy schedule. Alright, the next Pudgy show is going to be on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Twitch. And there's a slight delay whenever Pudgy runs the command. Okay, there we go. There's a link to Pudgy's Twitch channel. Pudgy definitely has to try to figure out what's going on with the chat settings. So Pudgy's got to do some more tinkering behind the scenes. Pudgy's also going to check in with Cobalt to see if we can fix things. Because Pudgy doesn't necessarily like the transparent look behind the chat, but we need to put that there, otherwise you can't read the text. Unless there's something else that Pudgy can do with the text. Pudgy doesn't know, but this is a work in progress to get everything back to proper status here. And you're very welcome, Legatus. Thank you very much for comment. So yeah, the next Pudgy show on Twitch is going to be on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pudgy will be joining Mr. Raymond over on King Dolphin TV for his Saturday show. Pudgy doesn't know what time Pudgy can get there, because there's something that Pudgy needs to do before the Mr. Raymond show, but Pudgy will stop by to say hi and play. So Pudgy will see everybody over on the Mr. Raymond show on Saturday, and again, that's King Dolphin TV, and Pudgy forgot to put the link for Mr. Raymond's channel into Stream Elements, but simple fix, Pudgy knows how to do that. Pudgy would like to thank all the nice people who stopped by the Pudgy show tonight. Thank you, Legatus Legionai, for stopping by. Thank you, the Nightly Starling, for stopping by. Thank you, FKHC 2005, for stopping by. Thank you, Tio, for stopping by. Thank you, Brandon, for stopping by. And there was also a whole bunch of other nice people that stopped by, but they didn't say anything. Thank you for stopping by. Pudgy hopes everyone has a good rest of the night and a good day tomorrow. Now, over on Twitch, Pudgy would normally raid into another channel, but Pudgy doesn't know how to do that over here on YouTube, so Pudgy's just gonna wrap up the show, and you guys wander off to wherever you, wherever you want to. Watch some videos. You know, if you would like to listen to Pudgy's stories, check out the story sections on Pudgy Hedgehog Adventures here. And Pudgy's current storyline is Kodiak Queen, and that's being released on a weekly basis. So this week's new chapter has already been uploaded, and Pudgy's working on the next one. So, and plus, there's all sorts of story content, you know, in the shorts section as well. So, you know, Pudgy's gonna toot Pudgy's own horn here. Toot toot! You know, check out Pudgy Hedgehog Adventures. Yay! And if you have not already, can you please subscribe? Pudgy would really appreciate it. Lots and lots. Thank you. So on that note, good night, everybody, and thank you again for coming to the Pudgy Show. Pudgy hopes you have a really good day tomorrow. Bye-bye!